I'm here in Cedar City, Utah. Outside is 86 degrees and I have a sunburn, so it feels even warmer. And right now I'm sitting inside a replica Fremont Indian Pit-House, and it's cool. I feel really comfortable. And not only that, it's also air conditioned. The first thing you'll notice about this pit house is that it is sunk about 2 feet down into the ground. Another thing that you'll notice is that although the frame is made of cedar logs and wattle, the whole outer part of it appears to be made of some kind of mud or sod, right? So I'm basically sitting inside this giant earth chamber. That, I think, has a lot to do with the insulative properties of the chamber and why it could stay cool all day. But what's even more amazing than that is the way that this building actually self-air conditions. In the back, you can see that there's this clay channel running down from the outside into the main chamber of the house. That clay channel runs up into the outside, and so it's this downward sloping ramp. And if you look at it, you can actually see that it's drawing a breeze downwards. Now, of course, you know that cool air sinks, and so what it's doing is it's drawing the coolest air in the area down into the pit house, which is already insulated and cool. Meanwhile, all the hottest air can also escape through this hole in the roof, which also doubles as a smoke escape for the fire. Of course, the main entrance itself is also, to enter, you need to go downwards into the ground, and so again, the cool air sinks. But what I think is most incredible is just the fact that about 5 minutes ago, I was outside really uncomfortable, and now I feel great.
And here is the entrance to that air hole on the outside.
I want to clarify, because when you're walking out in the hot sun, sometimes you feel very uncomfortable, and then you step into the shade of trees, and you're like, oh, I feel so much better. What I'm feeling here is not that. It's not just the feeling of having stepped into the shade. It's not just the feeling of a breeze washing over you. Instead, I actually feel like I'm in an air-conditioned home. Like the temperature in here is significantly lower, and there's this light breeze. It really does make it feel like I'm in a modern air-conditioned home, except for I look at the ground and it's dirt, and I look up and it's wood and dirt, and I look around and it's wood and dirt all around me, except for the fact that it has a primitive HVAC system.
Wow, that's a difference. When I looked at this from the outside, the first question that struck me was, would I actually want to live in one of those? If I lived in a desert like this and I needed to build a house, what kind of house would I make? Would I... well, I don't know. Or at least I didn't until I walked through that door. Right now I'm thinking, yeah, this is a really good idea.
We do a lot of different kinds of videos, but many of them, like this one, focus on some kind of ancient technology that we run across and we find how unexpectedly good it was. We were just walking through a living history museum and we did not expect to find a working HVAC system in a primitive mud hut. So, if you thought that was cool and weird in all the best kinds of ways, hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Is the summer air conditioning bill getting to you? Consider hiring someone to dig a hole underneath your house and just dip the whole house a few feet further in. Also, be sure to knock a hole in the wall to get maximum primitive air conditioning effects.